I'm going to get a bit giddy because it's time to talk about Thistlecrack, who's my favourite horse in training. Everyone knows, can't shut up about him ever. So it's great to see him back at Newbury on Friday. We're going to tuck into the action at Newbury now a bit more thoroughly. And of course, he takes on Unowhatimeanharry in the long distance hurdle. Paddy, how do you bet? I think he's evens-ish, isn't he now, the boy?
Yeah, he's actually, we're gone 10 to 11. He's evens around. Harry is 7 to 4, Holdstone is 7 to 1, and it's 12 to 1 bar those. It probably should be a match. Thistlecrack, I just looked at the Gold Cup there. We were talking about Total Recall earlier on, and Thistlecrack's favourite for the Gold Cup as well. So there you go. We haven't lost faith in him, but I think. I mean, it's obviously a way up between. Harry's run at the fitness edge he may have over Thistlecrack. Will that be enough? But Thistlecrack was like a jaw-droppingly good hurdler. If you remember winning the World Hurdle and that, Harry couldn't win the World Hurdle. So I don't think there's any doubt that Thistlecrack's far better these two over hurdles if he's fit. And I expect him to win.
He's getting £6 from him as well, isn't he? So
yeah,
it's a pretty big.
I expect him to win. I think evens is a decent price. You're taking his fit. Now maybe you just have to hear the vibes in the day or two before the race and what they're saying and stuff. But I think evens could look a decent price in the day because Harry just isn't as convincing as Thistlecrack certainly was. And I kind of had it in me that I wonder, will he just absolutely hack up here and then they'll have to start scratching their heads whether they should just stick to hurdling because the Gold Cup does look hard. But I think they'll definitely go back to open fences. Yeah.
When he won this race back in his hurdling days, as you say, I know he carried loads of condition beforehand and they were keen that he'd definitely come on for the run. But I think, the vibes are they've done plenty of work with him, plenty of hard work at home, and he should be ready for this. And as I said, Mark, all the penalties and stuff makes it quite interesting because Colin's sister, she gets her MERS allowance, but obviously she's got a penalty for Weatherby as well. I think she could run really well.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think I'm going to be welcome in this party though because I'm Team Harry.
Get out now.
Yeah, I was on the way down this morning. I was talking to a good mate of mine, and we both agreed that we think that even though I'm sure no doubt Paddy's right that the better Thistlecrack was the better hurdler and is the better horse, but I just think it's easy to overlook the fact that he's had just over 300 days off.
It's a big question.
Off the back of an incredibly hard race. Let's not forget that race. Not that we can forget that race. And you know what I mean. Harry didn't have things go his way, at Aintree, but still won. He'll come here fitter for that. And I think even with the weight, I expect Harry to win. I don't think this will be Thistlecrack's. I don't see how Thistlecrack is going to be tuned up to the minute for this weekend. I think there's bigger targets down the line, whether it's over hurdles or over fences, and I can't see how a race fit Harry gets beat by a returning Thistlecrack who I don't anticipate being at his best.
Yeah, well, as much as I'm a fan of the horse, I totally understand your angle. I really do. I thought, he's there to take on, really, isn't he? It's a big question to answer after all this time off. Brendan, you give us the final verdict. Does the good thing win?
Well, a little bit like Paddy, I'm scratching my head about this race. I'm really excited. It's terrific to have a clash like this so early in the season. But what the hell is Thistlecrack running in this race for? I mean,
I'm glad they're running him in it.
Pardon?
I think it's a great decision for them to go over hurdles. I think if they would have sent him chasing first time out, he would have absolutely petrified himself, just mad fresh.
Right. Okay, but the argument I would have is that the knock on him last year was that his jumping was still quite novice-y in places. So would you not like him to get a little bit more experience of jumping fences as opposed to going back over hurdles?
Yeah, very, very true. Yeah. Yeah, very true.
Okay, well, basically, I'm scratching my head, but ultimately, I've come down to the thing that with the official ratings and the weight, Harry has £13 to find with Thistlecrack, and I think even though he may be that bit fitter and what have you, he'll have to get this into the trenches at some stage. And I know Thistlecrack won't be knocked about, but is he ever knocked about in a race? Because he just travels like a monster. So he'll just travel away on the bridle there. And I think ultimately he'll just have too much for Harry, albeit first time out. I just think he's a better horse and he's getting weight. So I think he'll win.
Okay, I like the sound of that. Hopefully that'll happen.
I think it'd be great for the season if Thistlecrack could come back and really put a marker down.
Yeah.
That would be, just for the narrative of the jump season.
It would for me personally.
Well,
anyway.
yeah, it'd be a good story if, it sets the season off.
Yeah, and like I say, maybe it's not a two-horse race because Colin's sister, Lil Rockefeller's boosted that Weatherby form. Holstone's in again, so who knows? Something crazy could happen, but I think we're all billing it as a bit of a match. We've got Mark on Team Harry and the rest of us probably on Team Thistlecrack.